Welcome to the CFG Gamecast, your weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers who like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love. Smitty almost got away with it.
I am so sorry.
He's
not sorry.
He's waiting for that sweet, sweet nectar of me screwing up. That's what it is. But you can do me a favor.
I start rolling it in my head. I start doing it in my head as you're saying it, and I messed it up in my head.
See, it's funny when a subtle change like that messes the whole flow of everything. I know. It's been like almost 2 months, and it's still hard. It's hard. It's hard for me to get into it, into that group. But yeah, so... But guys, do us a favor, like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube page, to the CFG, or go to our Twitch page, twitch.tv/CFG Games, or go to our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Pop in the second seat. What's going on, Pop?
Doing good. I cannot complain. Had a pretty chill week. Well, no. This week's been pretty busy.
Wow, that's complete different.
Chill weekend. Well, no, like the week was kind of a blur because I had something to do every single day. But it's been a pretty chill weekend. I have another run to do of Warriors Abyss later on GDQ's page for the speedrun community block party. Mm-hmm. Patiently waiting for Beast of Reincarnation and Marvel Token, as well as a myriad of other games. One of those games being one of the topics for the day.
Wow, dude! Beast of Reincarnation and Marvel Token. Those are in August, right? Like August and October.
I can't believe they're 2 days apart. And
wait, they're both in August.
That's crazy.
Yes, Beast of Reincarnation is apart. August 4th, and Marvel Token is August 6th, if I recall correctly. They are 2 days apart. Yeah, that's Godspeed to a lot of wallets out there.
I know, right? That's wild. Are you going to get the collector's edition for Token, or try to get the season 1 pass or something with it?
I don't know yet. I'm more so waiting to see if Arxis actually does something with their creators on this game. And I say this. I'm saying it the way that I am because it is, at the end of the day, a Sony IP and they're just developing it. But I just want to see because they've given us chances with the closed beta where, we kind of got a shoe way in automatically. But I'm just waiting to see. I think I'm going to give it until like the week of. And if I don't hear anything, then it's just going to go on my credit card. Pay it off.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta spend credit to use it, whatever they say.
Okay, so from what I'm seeing here, there is a deluxe and a collector's edition. The deluxe edition is $69.99 and the ultimate edition is $85. But there's no what I usually like to do for fighting games is I like to get a physical copy, and I also like to get the season 1 with it because it would make more sense for me to just jump in and just try it. And if I don't like it after that year, then I'll push on to the season 2 or whatnot. But yeah, and that's not even included. I just didn't even think about this. But is it Wolverine also coming in August?
I thought that was September.
I can't remember.
We'll take a look at it. It's like Marvel Wolverine.
I mean, the fall is going to be, it's already, I feel like, jam-packed. And then not only that, but if GTA 6 really does come out this year, aren't they also targeted for August?
They were targeted for, I want to say either September? October or November.
Oh, okay.
But still, I mean, it's still very little time comparatively to the two, So,
right.
Marvel Token, Marvel Wolverine comes out September 15, 2026. Troll saying everyone should
I knew it was September.
Speaking of Troll, I enjoyed. I saw you were on
Avatar.
Is it The Avatar:
The Last Airbender?
What?
He was playing Avatar: The Last Airbender for like several hours.
I need to know when that game is coming out for science.
Yeah,
I did not even. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, but
no, I saw him on level. Was it not level up? Level one gaming on the podcast. My man's Baron and that crew over there. That was good stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I totally forgot about the Avatar game.
Yeah, no.
My goodness,
they were doing the closed beta like this weekend. So
okay.
So a lot of random people were playing it. Yeah. Backlog Barbarians is what he said. So is that the name of the podcast, or I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. This is all.
Sorry, he said this is all new to me.
Yeah, they're right. Hey, you know what, Pop?
What?
You're the person who's sporting out that purple and then representing his one of his favorite animes right now. Wow, you're not even going to say it.
I was going to make a reference to like I was going to make a reference to like an anime creator, but I couldn't think of one in time. It was too delayed. It's up too late. We're just all messing. We're all messing up today. It's okay.
We're talking about the 5-star general of the Benny Smitty. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, Smitty?
Look, we're trying. It's been a lot. I've been sick as a dog all week as well. Finally it's clearing out and whatnot. I was telling them beforehand, I've been grinding marathon since the server slam started. We'll get into that here in a little bit. I also started high on life. It came to PlayStation Plus. So I was like, you know what? I know the second one came out. I was like, I could use a late night chill, something that's not too heavy. So I've been playing that as well. Outside of that, though, is another busy work. Haven't really played anything else. Ryu, I owe you some. We got some automatons to take care of, and I apologize that I haven't locked in with you yet. But I promise we will play, my friend. And then there's some other projects that I need to get finished off and whatnot. So I'm locking back in. We're here. I'm hoping next week can be the week that I actually start streaming again and try to get consistent. I am so sorry to everybody. I have not been around. I literally just kind of faded into nothingness.
Right.
So
you have a lot on your plate, man.
There's a lot.
Yeah, so fair enough, man. But I totally understand.
But it's been good. We keep moving forward, right? We keep moving forward. So
no, that's very true. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying with you too. At least I'm able to stream at least. I'm trying to. My goal right now is trying to stream at least once a week. But like,
you've been getting Neo in, yeah.
I've been getting Neo in. I've been slowly getting it, and I've been liking it so far. I'm at the first castle, fighting the first major boss. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And see how that's going to go, but yeah, no, it's fun. I definitely understand. It's because it's been already kind of hectic over here too. So,
yeah.
Let's see what is going on. Oh, sorry, thought something clipped off. All right, but that's for me. I've been like I said, just been busy as well. I'm actually in the process of moving my whole setup to a new room, so making this my new office right now. So it's a pending workspace for right now. I built the desk yesterday, and I just moved all the stuff in the computers this morning. So I haven't even done the cable management yet. So this is going to be my next new spot, or a nice new spot. So been filling it out. Did the recordings for Anime No Kori yesterday for 2 new episodes coming in soon. So when I go to Japan, there's not going to be any break, which is going to be freaking great. And which, by the way, you should definitely thank for the folks who've been checking out the first episode of Gachi Yakuta on our review. Thank you so much. That was funny. There was a good
enjoyed it, dude.
Yeah,
enjoyed it a lot.
It was such a mess. The first episode was such a mess. Every podcast that you do in the first episode is just like, oh god. I was literally kind of cringing when I checked it out for myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could have done better on that. So, but. As I know, and as a lot of people know, it gets better once you kind of get the groove of things going. So that's what it is. But I love what we're going to make that set to be, because I'm liking the background stuff, and new kind of change. So hopefully soon when I get the TV working, we could probably get a guest on or so. I have no idea. So we'll see. So that's going to be cool.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Troll. Was Baron on your podcast on Backlog Barbarians? I saw you in a clip with, I believe it was Baron. I thought it was Level 1 Gaming's podcast. I could have been mistaken though. Regardless, I saw you.
I see you, and yes, I understand. I value you. There you go.
You could say, you could have said respect him. Like I would have been okay with that.
I was gonna say respect.
You almost wanted to say it, and then he was just like, I don't. Cold-blooded.
What's that? Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, I know y'all don't want me to start fights with another podcast, so let's go through a normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses topics and discussions in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry, and we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers, on Twitch, twitch.tv/CFG Games, and on YouTube at the CFG, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something that you want to chime in about, we would love to hear it from you. Just type it inside the chat. We will talk with you about it, and we will go from there. So, Smitty, what are you bringing to the table, my friend?
Yeah, you knew I had to talk about it. Marathon. It is almost here. We are currently in the middle of their server slam. This is just basically an open beta. It's available for PC, on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox. By the way, it is cross progression. I absolutely love that. So
nice.
Yeah, the only thing about that sounds good, but I'm pretty sure you still have to purchase it for each platform because it's not a free game. So that's kind of lame. But I love the fact that I've been able to hop back and forth and whatnot and play it. So, this is Marathon, and I'll tell you guys right now that extraction shooters are not my jam.
Really?
I am not the biggest fan of them. They're too sweaty for me. They're too sweaty for me, and like, I don't need it. Again, it gives me like that traumatic battle royale feel. And like, it's different though, because there are NPCs and there are real people, right? I've never been shy about the fact that I am totally a Bungie salute. And I've been, Destiny was my first experience with Bungie, and I've always been a fan of the gunplay. The gunplay in this is buttery smooth. I love it. It gives me that Destiny feel. So I really like the gunplay. I know that there's been criticism. I know that there's things like in terms of the aesthetics. I think it is definitely a choice. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of it per se, because it's bright, dude. Like, it's like bright, and but
when you're saying bright,
like
we're
the
talking
color
about how
palette
is so crazy. Okay.
Yeah, like it's like super saturated. So that can be a bit much on people's eyes. Totally understand that. I think the time to kill is a little too quick. A few headshots and next thing you know, you're down. So I think they can increase that, some technical things, but I'm having a blast. Again, for a genre that I don't typically like, I've been playing all weekend. I'm up to like level 6, and again, I'm doing this, and I'm not even a beta player or a preview player. Like, once I know I'm gonna play a game or I like a game, I'm good. I don't need to see anymore. I have found myself going back and just running runs and going through the missions and trying to like unlock different factions and stuff like that. So to me, I don't, it's like the replayability is there. I have not been playing in a group. I have primarily been solo queuing. That's another thing. I don't want to be that guy that's holding down another team. I did do one random. I did not feel like I was that guy. I feel very comfortable in the space of the game, and just, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like an old friend that I'm familiar with because of the you know, the Bungie and being used to the gunplay and stuff like that. So, you know, it's interesting what they've done, you know, adding in or having the proximity chat as well. I think something really cool about the proximity chat is that the AI will try to bait you sometimes and pretend to be proximity chat. It's really creepy. Like they'll talk trash to you. Like it's crazy.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. It's a great mechanic. Like nice little touch add in. The thing about this that I don't want people are loving Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, I haven't played it. I've only watched, you know, people play it. I enjoy watching people play. It's a lot of fun. Proximity chat there is very different from proximity chat here.
Mm-hmm.
This game, people are going in to pop heads. They're not looking to be friends. They're not like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to assume 90% of the time, if I interact with somebody or see somebody, they are going to kill me or I'm going to kill them. You know, so I gotta get them.
Okay, I will say this. Sorry to interrupt, but I was going to say
no, you're good.
From what I was hearing, from what some people were saying about this game, was that they were saying that they feel that there's a lot of NPCs that are the NPCs in this game is relatively tough. You know, like they're actually tough to fight, and they're one of the some people's like criticism is that you're not usually playing against direct players a lot. You're usually coming across a lot of NPCs, and by the time you go after a player, it's very sparse because most people have died because of the NPC's toughness. You know, I don't know. Is that true?
I think here's the thing. Again, I played in the closed alpha. The NPCs have actually gotten easier.
Oh my God.
That was one of my things in the closed alpha. I was like, dude, these things are shredding me. But again, I think it plays into them tweaking that time to kill because they will swarm you and they're not just dumb AI. They are smart AI. They will flank you. They will do strategies. They'll bait you in. Like they are the main things. There are people. Other people are not your main concern in this game. Oh. That PvP element is there, but it is not the necessarily forefront of the game. And I kind of appreciate that and like that because the interactions with other players are not necessarily as frequent, but you can hear people popping off. And you're right. A lot of people end up getting got by the AI as opposed to seeing somebody else. And I think that I don't know what that's going to come with. I think it's different too, playing solo versus playing with a team or even a random team. You know what I mean? It definitely changes the dynamic of the game.
I think just fighting with the dynamic of the fact that NPCs are going to kill you will seem like it would make you want to force yourself to be a part of your group more. You know, like you can't just walk in and just do your own thing. Like most of the time, that you see most of the times people like to peel away. This time it seems like you have to group up, and then
you have to group up. You have to strategize too, because each runner's skin or each runner has different abilities. So some, you know, can play off of others. There's a medic, there's a stealth person, there's somebody that does recon. So like, you know, using those different team dynamics are also helpful as well.
Wow. See, I mean, it's funny because like this is the funny thing about it because like don't get us wrong though. I mean, and we're guilty of this as well, but we give so much shit to games that are not out yet. Right. And when games, my biggest fear, and I bet you this is one of Sony's fears, is that this game doesn't. I mean, it hits. Well, we don't want another Concord. It's kind of funny.
Right. Concord, and I don't think it will be. I don't think this even comes close to even being able to be in that comparison. I think people are trying to force that on this, but if you play the game and you even relatively like the genre, I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's more of a hardcore extraction shooter than Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is more for the lulz, I feel, as opposed to this feels a lot more competitive.
Gotcha.
And who knows? Because and Bungie's good for building lore and building story. So I'm curious to see where that goes, where it takes you as you open up factions, you learn more and whatnot as well. And then I haven't seen and I haven't really looked for, but like what a roadmap looks like. There's already a ton to do.
There's going to be a roadmap.
What's that? Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So I'm curious to see like if they're aggressive about that, if they're going to be bringing in new runner shells for people to try, what's the frequency, or are they going to be bringing in new maps, obviously new quests, different things and whatnot. So like, I'm actually kind of excited to see what they have planned for Marathon. And I think it's don't get me wrong, there's definitely some boos that I think that were warranted. But
so what did you not like about it so far? Well, before you go into that, Hiseos asked, like, well, he heard that Bungie stole art for this game. Bungie did steal art for this game, a year and a half ago. They were exposed that they did steal certain arts in the alpha from an artist that no longer works there, and so they removed all of it. So, but who's to say? To be honest with you, this is their second time getting caught for this. So
I was gonna say, is this your first rodeo?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, no, they tried their shenanigans in Destiny as well. It's been multiple times. There's multiple things in Destiny that were called out. So that's not shocking to me, and it's unfortunate that they do such a boneheaded move like that instead of just letting the game speak for itself, doing things. But again, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, how it actually played out or whatever, but obviously optics wise, terrible look. Yeah. So they made the best move they could have made was pushing back the release of this game.
Right.
That was by far the smartest move they could have made.
Totally agree. But back to my question though, what was the things that you didn't like about it?
The things I didn't like. Definitely the aesthetics were a little difficult for me because I could see where people are saying it's kind of plasticky and just very sterile.
You weren't a fan of the art, or you're just talking about the surrounding?
No, not necessarily the art. It almost like it started feeling like the same place wherever I went. You know what I mean? Bland. And not necessarily outdoors, but indoors, inside the buildings. So I feel like there wasn't enough variety. Again, there's still a whole other planet that I don't have unlocked as well. I've gotten 2 of them unlocked. So there's a bit of variety there, but all the colors start, I feel like, kind of mixing together, and it starts feeling a little stagnant. I do have to say before, the sound design, I don't know, it is insane. That sound design is absolutely insane. It creeps me out. I was like, why am I nervous and scared? And this isn't a horror game. Like, why am I feeling this? Like, they did such a good job of just like building the tension, especially being solo and like knowing that you got your mic on so you can't say anything because somebody can hear you. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. That's been fantastic. But yeah, I would say really some minor tweaks. I still think you're right. I think the AI is still I think they need to tweak it down just a little bit.
Do you really think they need to tweak it down? Because I think their vision is that they want to make it rough, and then they're.
I think you're right. I think they have to hold their ground. To be honest,
I really hope they don't change it anymore. Because if you said they were harder in the alpha, and then this is this is easier than the alpha. I wanted to be kept this hard because the point of this game to be different. The identity of this game, besides being incredibly colorful for an extraction game, is that this is more competitive, and Arc Raider isn't like that, and I don't know how any of this works. So I'm kind of like I'm looking at it on the outside. If they want to make it competitive, they need to keep it tough and stuff. Yeah. Maybe that will hurt it in the long run, but hopefully it doesn't like hurt it enough to be like this was a failure. Because from what I'm seeing, and I'm sorry, did you have anything to add on this, Pop?
On the note of it being competitive, I I'm thinking of this from like a fighting game perspective. Like a lot of people complain when they play ranked, and it's just like, oh man, it's too hard because people were playing in the beta. Well, first of all, you're supposed to lab to get better, and fighting games aren't necessarily dying out. And I think Marathon will have a similar experience where it's just like things are too hard, but people are just gonna adapt and grow, especially if they want it to be. They should not nerf anything if they want it to be super competitive.
I agree. No, you're right. You're right.
I mean,
how that is how they stand out from, and it's a nice little ground to sit in where you're not sitting on the overly extreme like Tarkov reality. But it's not a kind of a lot more fun, a little more arcadey. I shouldn't say a lot more fun or whatever, but more arcadey than say Arc Raiders. So that's a good point. So and we'll see what move they make, how they listen to the community. I'm curious to see again how the lore pans out. It's a little rough. I feel like Bungie kind of has issues with delivering lore. Like there's a lot of text to read as well, and it's like, come on, man. Like at least they don't have me going to like a whole separate site like the Grimoires. But yeah, dude, I think this. I don't think this fails. I don't know if like they're going to be able to make the money that they're looking for or whatever, or what those numbers are set. But like, I think it has a place in this climate right now and in this environment. And if they support it, I think that people will stay because again, it's fun and the gunplay is fun.
There's definitely light deny that. There's definitely light in front of the tunnel for this one because from what I've seen. Well, first off, they said that they've gotten a massive amount of reservations for this. Concord didn't have that at all whatsoever. So I think that overall, I think the fact that Bungie it still has their name does mean something. So I just think that the Destiny players might give this thing a legitimate chance, even though it's a completely different style of game. The what Destiny is, because I mean, look at you. I mean, you gave it the open good old college try because you know how Bungie is and let alone the weapons and stuff. And from what I was told or from what people were saying, if you're familiar with how the weapons were in the Destiny, the it's basically a 1-to-1 over for the weapons here in Marathon.
Yeah, dude. And firing, killing things, all that stuff felt like I had been doing it for years.
Yes. So the learning curve of that is very, very low if you're already familiar with it from how the gameplay for Destiny was. So I mean, I think it does have good graces. Like, it does have a good legitimate chance, and I think it's not fair for me to say that they should worry that they have a lemon like that they did before with Concord. But I guess the real thing is just the gamers opinions are very. It's literally years of this negging on this game, and now that this game has and then when the alpha didn't really do a lot of good things for it either on the look of it, it does look a lot nicer now from the server slam. But but I'm still worried about the people are just going to hate this game to hate, just kind of like how High Guard was, Well,
so, you're gonna have the Destiny haters as well, the people that are trying to stick through. Because I imagine splitting time between the two, something's gonna fall off. And I haven't played Destiny now in almost 2 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it is, but. There's definitely going to get some blowback, I imagine, from that side as well. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
That's true. Hey, but you know what, Smitty? The best place to the best place to check out the number 2 place to check out the reviews of the people.
Oh, I do.
This is actually, since it's not officially out, there's no reviews on the number 1 place, so I have to go to the backup, the number 2, which is Reddit. So now I was looking it up. I was just looking at people's opinions because actually I kind of like Reddit's views of this because yes, there's a ton of trolls and there's a ton of different kinds of things, but there's actual legitimate amount of people that have played it and they played it for a good amount of or they claim to have played it for a good amount of hours. I mean, it's still, you take it as a grain of salt. But so like there's some good and there's some bad, but from the consensus from what I'm reading, it's in the mix right now. So like there's a guy, so one of them was a guy named Archivist Nemo. He says that he was not into the game when the trailers came out and didn't like the style and was a Destiny 2 fan. So the idea of going from God's Godslayer to disposable corporate robot felt like such a downgrade. But having said that, sure, I've sunk about 3 hours into the server slam and I'm pleasantly surprised the tutorials put you right in the action. The visual style is very neon punk Ghost in the Shell, and I dig it. And everything is futuristic yet somewhat analog. It's eons better than Highguard. I actually want to play another round, but I'm forcing myself to stop because I have work early tomorrow. This game is so much more forgiving than Ark, but has a lot more quality of life additions that make it a casual solo player as himself feel welcome. So
yes,
okay, so you can play it by yourself.
Catching a stray is hilarious.
I know, that is true. They went out the way. Oh my god,
they did.
Yeah. So Acceptable Raisin says played both alphas, already shelled out $40. The highs and very high and the lows are very low. There's nothing like finishing up a near impossible mission solo. Lots of loot, only to get killed by a team 5 seconds from exfil. I don't know what exfil is.
Leaving, that's how you leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no other games make me sweat like this one. So many different ways to play depending on other play styles. Watch out for void campers. See you on Tau Setai. Is that the name of the planet?
Seti.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me find a negative one. The loop seems okay. Here we go. This guy named Crazy Koala says the loop seems pretty awful in comparison to Arc Raiders, mostly because dying you lose double the amount of items in a full kit. Most engagements were people trying to complete the first couple of contracts for factions since everyone has the same missions. That caused a lot of hotspots at certain POIs.
Makes sense.
Was it POIs?
Point of interest.
Oh, point of interest. Okay, cool. If you have any type of gear fear in similar games, it will be rough. Stash and backpack space seems very limited, so you don't get that feeling of extracting that insane amount of weapons or items. Defense worried about. Definitely worried about Bungie's matchmaking balancing. They would easily ruin the game if they have high elo SBMM lobbies. I feel like the experience running with a full team of homies and having comms will be pretty fun. I was the only one in my friends group to get into the alpha. Server Slam will be a great test of waters for sure. So that's not really I mean, it is negative, but it's not like, it's very constructive. You know, it's a very good constructive negativity, but it's not like this. Like he's like saying, "Oh, this game is doo-doo water." No reasons, just because it's doo-doo water. You know, I mean, no. So
right.
I do like that one. So
I disagree with their takes. So
you do? Okay, and why?
I do.
Why is that?
Because they didn't sink enough time. Number one, you can expand your backpack to have more item space. So that right there tells me they didn't play long enough.
How many? Wait, what's the max amount of like I don't know how the item space is. Does it go by like item, not like the
you get like expansion things that then expanded by like 8 slots. Okay. But I don't know if you can stack those because I'm still early on. Like as you open up factions, you unlock and upgrade different things for your runner shells or other things through these factions and completing their contracts.
Okay.
So again, if I'm as deep as I am and I've barely scratched the surface, I know what that person, I feel like that person is just speaking out of their ass. There's no way they can know. Okay. You haven't put enough time in. You clearly haven't.
I have no idea. I'm going by your word, Smitty. So let's go with it.
I'm just saying.
How many hours have you put in on this?
I mean, at least probably 10, 12, maybe something like that.
Oh, okay. So, wow, damn.
Yeah.
Dude. That's awesome.
I'm sitting at like level 6 right now.
Is that high? I don't know. I don't know the frame of reference. Like, is that like, what's the cap? Is there a cap on the level, or is there?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
There's like 6 different factions.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the second one unlocked.
Okay.
So there's a ton more. There's a whole other planet that I don't have unlocked as well.
I will say this though. If you did 12 hours of a game that's going to be coming out in less than 7 days, I think that says a lot in itself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true. And Real Scyther said someone complaining about a disposable corporate robot clearly hasn't enjoyed Portal 1 or 2. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, that's right, Scyther.
Yeah, so that's
I did go deep in on this one. I'm just having a blast playing it.
No, that's great.
And so even when I die, like again, that the big tell for me was being able to go in solo and feeling like I can manage. I'm able to get through things and stuff like that. Sometimes I get got early. That happens. Sometimes you just run it back. And again, they were talking about losing stuff and whatnot. It's like, you got to know, if I'm going in for a mission, I'm not going to take in, you know what I mean, all my best stuff per se, as opposed to something where I'm looking to do killing and stuff like that. Then I'm going to suit up with my extra shield and all that stuff. So you have to also determine what's going to be the best runner, what's the best, whatever for the situation.
Right. No.
So to me, there's strategy in it as well. So I like it. Personally, I like it. I like the fact that there's a focus on the AI and contracts and the story stuff, as opposed to it being so heavy on the PvP side, personally.
Ooh, so what I'm sensing is Game of the Year contender.
I did not say that. I wouldn't go there. Take it easy. Take it easy.
It's like,
I don't know. Maybe I'll be singing a different tune in December.
Smitty's like, let's do the Game of the Year episode like tomorrow. Well, we got it. We're done. We're closing.
Marathon.
Well, that's good to know. I am glad to hear that you're having a good time on that. I am really legitimately glad, because I was really worried about Marathon for a long period of time, especially as long as its development has been happening. And hopefully, if I do see, if I do see some, from when I was reading multiple Reddits here, it seems very mixed, but I still think it has a place, and I just hope that people are willing to front that cash up, because remember, people were pissed about dishing out $40 for this originally because they thought this was going to be free to play. But
but we're seeing that seems to be the standard for this extraction shooter. Tarkov is 40, Arc Raider is 40. They tried to do Concord, but come on, buddy, that should have been free to play.
You know what? To be honest with you, I am glad that they're feeling like they need to change this nonsense of games as a service, because it doesn't work. It really doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because the only direction that these games as a service will be is that it's going to get shut down eventually. We just don't know when, or whatnot. And it's just like, you need to. I think if you give a monetary value of a game, at least you have something that you can kind of sense that this is the rating that this is going to go for. Yeah, Concord did fail immediately, but the good news is that they didn't sink in a shit ton of money later on, because they've been wanting to. They'll be like, oh, let's sweeten the deal. Look at High Guard. I mean, even though there were the multiple different mistakes that High Guard did do, they still will be they were like risking it all on like saying, yeah, people need to pay on the monetization, because I mean, the only one that can get away with that is an MMORPG. There's only two. There's only two MMOs that are like that do a monthly, and but because of those two MMOs are gigantic, I understand why everyone else is trying to do free to play. So yeah, games as a service just needs to stop, in my opinion. So
he said, end them all.
End them all. That I really would. I mean, like there's the only exception, the only free to play that we know that should not end all is Fortnite. That's it. I mean, Fortnite, the original creator of all of this, maybe Apex, but I mean, to the extent, but really, I mean, like, it's still like candy and apples, you know? Like,
whoa, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. What are you talking about? Take it easy.
That's true. Okay. Small handful. I totally forgot about it.
Whoa.
You're right.
Slow your roll.
Right. I just probably because I don't even like Blizzard's not even in my.
Smitty was on marathon all weekend and almost forgot about
in my hemisphere. Oh, see, there you go.
Forgot about Marvel Rivals.
Look at that. The finals. There you go. The finals. I don't know. Are the finals? Yeah. Are the finals doing good? That's I've always thought.
NT plays the finals.
Yeah,
they're still doing things.
The finals, I've heard a lot of good things about.
Splitgate Reloaded.
Splitgate.
You don't know about it, though. You need to ask somebody.
It's like, hey, it's a new game called Splitgate.
That is actually
hilarious. Oh, that's great.
Don't mind me.
The finals. Okay. You know what? I'm willing to try the finals.
Marvel Snap. Come on.
You know what? I'm also willing to try. Marathon if I get a key. If I get a key, I'd play with you, Smitty.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe for like a day because I'm probably going to forget eventually.
He said maybe a day. Hey, whenever you're feeling froggy, I would love to have you.
All right. So, Pop, what are you bringing to the table?
So, just earlier in the week, or last month, whichever one you want to say, because, it's very rare that the first of the month falls on a Sunday.
It's the first of the month.
Wake up. Wake up. It's the first of the month. So Marvel Games, Limited Run Games, and Konami have partnered together to announce the Marvel Maximum Collection, which is a compilation of 13 classic Marvel games coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch, and PC this year. This collection will have about 13 games. Only 6 of the titles have been revealed so far, those titles being X-Men the Arcade Game, Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge, Captain America and the Avengers, Spider-Man Venom, Maximum Carnage, Venom Spider-Man, Separation Anxiety, and Silver Surfer. We don't know what other games are going to be in it, but it looks like the primary focus of this collection is going to be the 16-bit era of Marvel games. I really like the inclusion of just the different arcade games and then some of the games that were on older consoles like the Sega Genesis and the NES or the Super Nintendo and even Game Boy. Some of the features that I believe get pointed out in the video, there's a save anywhere, in-game rewind, archive, a music player, display options, and cheat menus. I won't go into detail about that, but that is available.
That's funny.
I think the save anywhere mechanic is good. It'll kind of invite new players to these games to not deal with the anxiety of the difficulty of how hard these games were.
What? Even with any save anywhere, you're going to have that anxiety. Spider-Man X-Men is anxiety. Spider-Man X-Men is the epitome of what anxiety would be in physical form. That game,
it's not the Disney games that were on the Genesis.
Not even close. Have you ever played Spider-Man versus X-Men? Like ever?
Yeah, I played all these games.
This game was first off, I was getting ready to roll on this one because it's like here we go. So much is coming on here. Because yes, I am hyped for this collection because of one game, and that's the X-Men arcade game. It's not locked anymore behind the PS3 anymore, which is great. But some of these decisions on some of these games, and mind you, this is all the games that have been announced. Hopefully, there's going to be better, or there's going to be more of them.
It's 13 total. We only know 6 out of those 13. So there's 7 games we don't know about yet.
But dude, no. Okay, so Scyther's saying, come on, man, you can't be saying that after playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Underwater Levels. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Underwater Level was a pain in the ass, but that was one game. That was one stage. Just like Battletoads and Battlemaniacs, the racer stage. Everyone knows how annoying that one was. But that's one stage. X-Men cross Spider-Man and X-Men, all of it was a pain in the butt. All of it was. And that thing was, no, I'm already traumatized when I was playing it back in the day. I tried playing it again. It took me hours. It took me like 20 hours to beat this thing. And I didn't even feel accomplished when I did. I was just so annoyed. Game was so bad. Yeah, like, oh, Jesus. But so like I was saying, I think the biggest thing about this for me is that they have arcade, like, well, the games I hope that they bring is the Sega Genesis X-Men games. The X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 Sega Genesis games were really good. But then also the arcade version of the Avengers game. Why did they bring in the Nintendo or Super Nintendo version of that? That's what I was like, that's such a waste in my opinion.
It could be on the list. We don't know yet.
It could be. I know. I'm going like it already got my money.
I know you're making your wish list. Yeah.
Yeah, it already got my money because of X-Men arcade, the arcade. I don't know if I will ever play Spider-Man Cross X-Men, Spider-Man and X-Men again, because this game gives me nothing but bad memories. But still,
you're just gonna play with friends.
No, you can't play with friends in Spider-Man.
No, you just play with a friend by you for emotional support. That's playing with friends.
No, that friend's gonna get a black eye after trying to get. Yeah, it's like, hey, you really want to be near me right now? Okay, it's like trying to go past Gambit's stupid rolling stage, and then the mind stage with Cyclops, which makes no sense. Oh God, no.
Cypher says, "Welcome to therapy. What would you like to talk about? Your family, traumatic experiences in your life." Spider-Man X-Men.
Spider-Man X-Men is the one. That's just it.
That's it. That's the problem.
Jesus.
Smitty, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it looks amazing. I do remember playing some of those games, and I'm curious to see what else the other 7 that they have not revealed yet. I'm guessing I don't see any kind of like tentative release date. So I'm guessing there's no.
We don't have a release date, just that it's coming out this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is there any idea price wise what they're thinking?
Oh, this is probably going to be a $40 game.
I could honestly see it
maybe
being 50 because it's 13 different games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. That is very true, and these games are going to be pretty well. I mean, most of these are like the beat 'em ups, but then the ones that are going to take you the longest at times, I guarantee you they'll take you the longest at times. It's going to be, well, I'm not even putting Spider-Man X-Men on that list, but like Silver Surfer is going to be because it was a scroller, a scroller. I guess it was essentially a shmup if I remember correctly, because it was a shooter throughout the whole time, and. Well, that one won't be. Actually, that won't even be that bad because you got save. You could save anywhere. So, I don't know. So it's going to be really could be really easy.
It's going to be really interesting to see how
separation
stuff
anxiety
is going to go.
Fun. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm also excited because this just gives me with some of them being beat 'em ups, I just have like a new collection of beat 'em ups to go through for speed runs.
Dude, there's a ton of beat 'em ups that are coming out this year. I mean, are you going to get the He-Man one too?
Ooh, I just saw the announcement date for He-Man. I probably will.
Yeah, and I don't usually like getting limited run physical copies because they're usually not worth it, but may have to.
They never send them on time. I think what's interesting about this being published and developed by Limited Run, I'm like, so y'all just want to get back in our good graces after every year someone talks about how they received a hard copy of a game they ordered from you 2 years after they ordered it, so they forgot that they ordered it because you shipped it off and they didn't get it until 2 years later.
That's crazy.
It's me.
And it's still the same thing. Yeah, it's still the same thing.
It's happened to other people too.
But it happened to me too. It happened to my Scott Pilgrim Collector's Edition.
I remember that.
Yeah. I got it for
I had Shantae and the Seven Sirens, and I ended up having to get the game digitally because I wanted to, stream it and stuff. And then 2 years later, my brother's just like, "Is this package for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I open it. I'm like, "Oh, I forgot I ordered this."
Yeah, you would think the Limited Run would be better at this by now, but they seem like they've gotten worse.
And here's the wildest part about Limited Run, right? They're in Raleigh. Raleigh is an hour away from my house.
Oh my!
Why
goodness.
did it take 2 years to get that package to my house?
Because
I need the option to go pick my stuff up. Right?
Yeah.
I could have just rolled up and got it.
Because they send it out to get it published somewhere else, and it's usually from like China or something, and then so they don't physically have it. It's just that once they hit that limit, then they send it out for it to be made, and then they have to wait for the production to catch up, which is the worst way of doing it, in my opinion. But it's I guess it's low enough for them to justify it, which is really annoying. At this point, I'll
probably get this out, dude. This is cool. I love that stuff. I remember playing some of those games, and it's like I'd love to go back and play them again, and then try out all the other ones, the ones that I haven't.
Okay, so He-Man is coming out April 28th.
Yeah.
So that one's coming out. That one has a date
right around the corner too.
So hopefully, that one's gonna be an interesting one. So Maximum Collection already got my interest. So when I saw that, I was like, oh hell yeah, okay, that's gonna happen. So we're gonna do it. And
I've been there, Scyther.
And then go with it. You are there, Smitty.
I am there right now. You're right.
Wow.
Yeah, you are there. Wait, I gave my money to Kickstarter games. That's
sad to see. Basically, Smitty. The Scum team is no more.
Oh, really? They don't do Scum.
They got
the Scum done.
No, so they got sold to JagX. JagX just sold them to. Oh, I can't remember the name. And Matt of Ski, like he's the one that brought me in, like some of their events. Great dude. Like he got let go. Tommy got let go. Like basically the OG team has been let go from Gamepire is no more essentially.
Oh, that sucks. You know what also left that really saddens me? The company Nacon filed for chapter 11.
I saw that, dude. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, oof.
So now, the fight sticks, the RoboCop, all that gone. It's done. I'm just like, oh Jesus. They had such a big showing at Level Up last year, and I was just like, they're good. Yeah.
I had no idea there were. And then again, how's that going to affect their publishing side as well?
Oh, I think they're going to have to shut down, dude. I mean, they're going to shut down. Someone's going to have to go. I mean, their publishing side is fairly new, so I don't know.
I figured they would stick with the hardware side.
Oh, I think they're going to let go of the publishing side, because then they also doubled down with trying to do audio, take the place of Triton and the Triton groups and stuff for speakers and stuff. And I was like, okay, so that's so weird. So there's currently an ad break in progress, so we'll give it a second, and then once they get back, then we'll go to my last topic, and then I know Pop has to have to bail. So I was like, man, this is ridiculous. I just cannot believe that.
So volatile, dude, and these business decisions that are being made. But I mean, again, too, I know that Steam Next Fest is going on as well. So there's all kinds. I had downloaded a ton. Have you played anything, Pop?
I played a couple of indie titles that were pretty interesting. There was this one that reminded me of Spore that I saw a friend playing it, because you sometimes you see like a cover image, like it's one of those moments where I shouldn't have judged a book by its cover, but seeing them go through it, I'm like, dang, this reminds me of Spore like quite a bit. I gotta go back through my wish list because I went through the whole list, played a couple of demos, added some to my wish list because I'm just like, you know what, I don't have to play the demo. I'm buying it when it comes out. Just let me know when it comes out. But no, I saw that game. It was super interesting. Let me go to my wish list.
I only played one game so far.
Oh, it's in the opposite order. Let me just go. It should pop up like at the beginning of the next. There's this one platformer that I was really, really interested in. At first I thought it was going to be like your normal like anime girl game, but then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh no.
What's it called?
It's a platformer. I'm trying to find the name of it. I added so many games to it. Let me.
He-Man is a missed opportunity as a Barbie dress-up type game for Prince Adam.
Oh, that's actually funny.
That is pretty funny.
I'd like to see some Skeletor fashion, please.
Yeah, they're right.
I can find
I would want to wear the guy who has like 4 heads. You remember that spins?
Oh yeah,
I'll be like, okay, I'll do that. I won't be that guy.
There's one that Metroidvania that I was really interested in is Akatori. I was kind of sold on the cover image where it's like a girl holding a staff and it looks like I don't know. I think just having a staff as a weapon is pretty cool.
There was a game. There's another Metroidvania that I just played called Soul Quest, which is actually really good. I was messing around with, and that was actually really good. So,
Davis, don't give me any more games to add. Sunken Sky, that's the one.
Okay. I
saw the image and I'm just like, oh, is this like an anime girl thing? And no, I'm like, oh no, it's a straight up open world Metroidvania platformer. I'm like, what?
Wow,
that's it comes out next month. Actually, they don't have a date for it yet, but release date says April 2026.
His heads are too big.
That's crazy.
It's wild to say, but it is. It's true. But anyways, all right. Last topic, and we will call it. So as you know, for years, since Bluepoint has closed down, and some things were starting to kind of get leaked out. And for years, when Bluepoint was around, we thought we were expecting to see a Bloodbourne remake. And for years, we were like, why is Sony not doing this? And for years, we were blaming Sony for this. Well, apparently, it may not have been Sony's fault. It was surprisingly, it was actually from the person who created it, which was from the creator of Bloodbourne himself that works at From Software. So there was a report that from Jason Schreier that was saying that Bluepoint pitched the idea of a Bloodbourne remake. Sony said, yes, let's do it. But I forget his name. Who was the creator of Bloodbourne? Hold on, let me see. Creator of Bloodbourne. I forget his name. Okay, Miyazaki. There we go. Miyazaki. Miyazaki, who's the president of From Software, himself said that he did not want Bluepoint to make a remake of this, and Sony says, you know what? Okay, we won't do it because we don't want to be in the bad graces of Miyazaki. So now. The question that when I heard about this, I was like, well, wait, doesn't Sony own the IP for Bloodbourne? Who cares? Like, they could essentially just say, who cares? I'm going to do it myself. But then I kind of seriously thought about it, and I was like, you know what? It makes sense why they wouldn't want to do it, because they don't want to rock the boat on future relationships with this man, because this guy has done he created Dark Souls, Demon Souls, freaking Elden Ring, all this different kinds of gold factored games, and then now the next one that's coming, the Duskbloods, which is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive. They don't. They're going to be they want him to come back to Sony for any kind of future project. But I think another thing, and this is the unofficial thing that most people that Shuhei Yoshida, who was the president of Sony for third-party support for the longest of time before he retired, he has a theory that the reason why that he didn't want that Miyazaki said no to this was that because he says that Bloodbourne, out of all the games that he's made, Bloodbourne is his Mona Lisa. It's just one of his favorite, the game that they put their own full-on sweat tears into, and he didn't want any other company to do it unless it's him, or he's heavily involved for said remake. But the problem with Miyazaki is that Miyazaki is insanely busy. So there's not really a way to kind of be for him to commit to something like this now, especially since how successful From Software is they've been crushing it for the past 10 years because of all of this. So basically we can't say that it was Sony's fault fault that they didn't want to do a remake or a sequel to Bloodbourne or Bloodbourne 2 or whatever. It's really it's all on Miyazaki. Miyazaki's From Software.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say though, it is Sony's fault for waiting for as long as they did do, because the request for Bluepoint was only 2 years ago. Bloodborne's a 10-year-old game, and at this point, From Software has all the cards on their hand because of all the successes that they've had for all the other games that they put themselves into. Who's to say that it could have been something that was in the past or so, that could have been like, if it was something sooner that they could have reacted to, but nope, it was it's like I said, they dropped the ball on this. So I mean, I know this isn't your kind of game, Smitty, but what do you think about all of this?
I mean, well, weren't they? Didn't they have them working on a live service God of War game?
Yeah, they did, but yeah. So the problem was, yeah. This is, well, like I said, this is from like the original, remember, this is like during the time when they were wanting to make like 10 different live service games and stuff.
Yeah,
and in Bluepoint's side, they were saying that the next project that they do will so likely be approved by Sony, because Sony was saying no to everything else unless it was a live service game. So then they pitched the live service game, and then they were like, okay, then they said yes. But dude, Bluepoint is not a big studio. Bluepoint only has 70 people. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I like this. Like, I don't see how they even thought that this was gonna happen. Because not only that, let's say they did do the live service game. Now you have to have full on support for that said live service game for a certain period of time. And then you're saying your 70 people is going to be covering all that? No, it's not possible. So
yeah, I still blame Sony.
Yeah, I would too. I still do. Yeah, I do.
It was so dumb of them to do that, and then to put them on a project that's like, again, outside of that scope. We saw it happen with Arcane. We saw it happen. I think there's a few people under the Embracer group with Crystal Dynamics. Mm-hmm. Like these people, these dev studios being forced into a genre that's not what they do. That's not in their makeup or in their DNA or what they do best. So like, again, I'm not saying that somebody can't be or a team can't be multifaceted in something like that, but why not get them started on something, that is going to be a banger, and then let them have that success. And then maybe if you want to switch it up or something, but like, again, I feel like it comes down to them trying to chase that quick dollar and not giving the people and devs the opportunity to thrive. And unfortunately for us, if they don't do it within that short amount of time, they just blow the studio up and they're back to the drawing board.
I mean, Bluepoint is a pretty big hit comparatively from what they've used in their history. They've literally made no PlayStation game, like exclusive game. I mean, they bought the studio 5 years ago, and that was it. They've been working on nothing essentially besides this God of War game, So it's a game that probably would have been destined to fail, in my opinion. So, I mean, what do you think about this, Pop?
I'm not surprised that From Software is actually the secret culprit behind, the no new Bloodbourne. But I'm also, I don't say not surprised. I'm a little inquisitive about why Sony hasn't been more pushy with the projects that they want to push out with some of the studios they have acquired. Because we go all the way back to the PlayStation days. The PlayStation is the reason why the Sega Dreamcast got, pushed out, because Sony was super pushy back then. They were pushy during the PS2 days. It's somewhere between like the PS4 era until like the early PS5 days. I haven't seen that same drive from Sony that they've had previously. They've been too, I don't know, and maybe they're trying to get that drive back by holding off on some of these PC ports. And if you were looking for Spider-Man on Xbox, I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know. I don't know if it's if it's because of the change in leadership from back in the early PlayStation days up till now, but Sony has to get it together, because the more they start losing out on these opportunities and trying to save face, the more money they're going to lose. Because I know a lot of people would have loved the Bloodbourne remake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that the biggest issue is, well, I think Sony from the original, like, you know, PS2, PS1, their identity, they knew what their identity was, and they knew what they were planning on what they were working with. But then their PS5 day, they just they were like, you know what? We want to go a completely 180 direction to what we've been known for the past 30 years at the time, and then wanting to go put our hands inside live service immediately. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? It's like you're known for really good, like, you know, story-based games, and now you're saying you don't want to do story-based games. You're wanting to get your hand in the live service game. Like, you're so far you're one for 6 for that, and that's the only one is Helldivers 2, and Helldivers 2 is successful because the studio is known to make games like that. You know, it is structured for that level of success. But you're getting you're thrusting studios that have no idea what they're getting themselves into, and then you're realizing, oh, there's after costs, there's upkeep costs, there's all these different kinds of things, and now you're wanting to say, oh, you know what, we really don't want to deal with this for a long period of time. Let's just switch over to this. You dished out a ridiculous amount of money for what's called the studio that made Concord, and Firewalk Studios. I mean, even though that they were structured for it, they were still taking their sweet ass time on that one game. Their first game that they've released, it was 8 years, so the style of the game was outdated when it even came in day one. It's like y'all are doing everything ass backwards. Well, like, why would you shut down this thing that was working, your cash cow, and then you're wanting to try something new? I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is Sony's fault. I mean, these moves are just so bad, and then yet you kept the guy who's that's still there, that's making these decisions, which is even crazier to me. So,
well, and I don't know how much of it was him, as opposed to things that Jim had put in place before he took off. And again, I think they're both, regardless, still beholden to these shareholders. And you know, when you start getting into those territories, they're just not making decisions, I feel like, based off of their audience, because I don't feel that they, you know, like you were saying, they've lost their identity. They've lost the pulse on their community. And that's why I feel partly why they have some of these struggles.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Herman Holst has always been such a, I don't even know what to even describe what Herman Holst is, but this guy is just like, is a piece of work. But for some reason, he just gets more and more power. And I'm like, I don't know how y'all are just looking at this. It just doesn't even make any sense. It just, and I'm not even gonna get into it with him. But anyways, let's go through it. Yeah. So like I said, Sony, I guess it's not Sony's fault. Even though I guess, and who's to say that it could have been different? Actually, I think it would have been different if it was sooner before. I think if it was something that was before Elden Ring, I think it would have happened. But still, yeah. But anyways, regardless. But anyways, folks, thank you for listening to the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation, as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different topics, as always. But if you did miss out on this episode, that's perfectly all right. We do release it on all podcast services at the beginning of each and every week. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy, sexy voices.
Ooh.
Guys, also be sure go check out our website, confreaksgeeks.com, for the awesome content and awesome reviews that we have on there. And go check out Anime Nokori, our new anime podcast starring me and Tiffany about the different series. I think we're releasing the Full Metal Panic one this week, so we'll see.
Nice.
Yes, that's gonna be nice. But guys, once again, this is Davis, Pop, and Smitty signing out. Y'all take it easy.